Getting set to get things started at the track they call the Monster Mile, and there you get a good idea of the banking in the straightaway in the MBNA America 400. 400 miles today, the conclusion of the 200-mile bush race tomorrow. Our singular virtual crew chief sweepstakes offers participants in today's polls the chance to be a virtual crew chief with Team Singular July 4th weekend. Log on to foxsports.com for details on how you can win. This is the backstretch crossover, an area that the jet dryer spent a lot of time with, Darrell, this morning, and just made a pass through there now.
Yeah, Larry was talking about the track's going to be a little different, maybe, and a little looser. One of the things that makes it loose is they cross a lot of vehicles over right there into the infield, and when you come off of turn 2 over there, first of all, you see a cloud of dust, and you wonder what the heck that is, but it also makes the track very, very slick off turn 2.
And the reason, as we widen out here, just to the right of the paved oval, is the horse race track. That's the straightaway, the front straightaway of the Dover Downs horse racing track, and it's a real gritty, fine gravel.
Almost like concrete dust.
Yeah, it seems like.
Feels like concrete, yeah.
There you see our weather. Air temperature is 62 degrees, very cool, and the track temperature down around in the mid-60s. Something that it's not really a huge issue here. This is a concrete racetrack, and it seems like concrete is not as sensitive to track temperature changes as if it was an asphalt like at Lowe's last week. Biggest thing is sensitive to is rubber being laid down on the racetrack as these cars race.
Greg Biffle getting set to go. Michael Waltrip, as you look at some of the onboard views. Dale Jarrett.
Yeah, Mikey's going to have to go the rear because he's in his backup car. He crashed qualifying.
Ricky Rudd, Dale Earnhardt Jr. with his gloves. More about that later. Robbie Gordon. As we take you through the onboard views. An attaboy to the folks at Arnold Motorsports. They own the number 50 team. Morgan Shepherd crashed hard yesterday in practice into the outside wall, and they loaned him a car, hastily renumbered for today's event. There's their primary number 50 car with a new driver this week, Mike Wallace. The team released Derek Cope. And there is their backup car that's been renumbered 89 for Morgan Shepherd to drive.
Yeah, we have 5 cars that will have to go to the rear, including Morgan Shepherd. Greg Biffle will have to go to the rear. Matt Kenseth, who lost an engine and before qualifying, has to go to the rear. You talked about Michael Waltrip, but Stanton Barrett had a great qualifying run. 20th, he's got to go to the rear. He lost an engine.
Pit window, 85 to 95 laps for fuel and tires. Now, in this race, at lap 30, NASCAR will issue a competition yellow because of the lack of practice yesterday and the rain overnight. They'll throw a safety caution to allow the teams to come to pit road if they wish and check out and make adjustments.
You look at that pit road speed, 35 miles per hour, and I guarantee you, Artie Kempner, our guys, they will keep a camera on this area right here. This is where they come on the pit road in turn 4. It gets very slick and very greasy there, and it never fails on green flag stops. We have a car get in trouble or completely miss pit road.
Yeah, and what makes it difficult is that commit line. I mean, it's way up there, man. You got to be slowed down early.
Greg Biffle's National Guard subway car carrying our Fox suspension cam.
And the right front here at Dover, trust me, that gets a workout right there. It never gets a rest.
It's just like a big Bristol, Larry.
Darrell had a great quote yesterday. It's a Bristol on what?
On steroids.
Yeah. 43 cars and teams at the ready. 130-some thousand fans set to go. 85-year-old Joe Losthouse, the honorary starter. Fellas, time to get this show on the road.
DW going into turn 1 next time around, over 160 miles per hour. Reach and pull them belts tight one more time.
All right, buddy, here we come, here we come. Boogity, 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 boys, let's go racing.
Cars will be fighting for the bottom of this racetrack. Not a lot of grip in the second groove just yet.
Whoa, Robbie Gordon 3 wide coming across all the way through turns 1 and 2, Darrell. How about that?
What happens is, and Tony Stewart's doing the same thing up there, that inside gets all bottled up because everybody wants to get to the bottom. If you're bold enough to hang it out there like we see Robbie doing and Tony Stewart, you can make some passes. Of course, it doesn't take you long to figure out that's not where you want to be, but
Robbie Gordon started 24th. He completed lap 1 in 17th.
Yeah, he just got up on that outside. Like I said, everybody's fighting for the bottom, but he's in trouble now. I don't know what happened, but he just went way up the hill.
He was too high up the hill that time at 3 and 4.
And folks, this is a hill. It's 24 degrees, and you go up that baby in a hurry. Yeah, I think Robbie did some damage to his tires or something because he's sliding back now.
Teammates battling for 3rd position right here. Ryan Newman in the 12 car, Rusty Wallace in that 2. Rusty car looks like it can turn down to the bottom from the center off.
Jeremy Mayfield, the pole sitter, is our leader. Brian Vickers jumped out to a solid 2nd spot in that Chevrolet.
You see right here, Rusty Wallace, you see the throttle right here. You'll roll out the throttle, especially on fresh tires, DW. You'll pick it up real early in the corner and kind of play with it off the corner.
Yeah, you get in it, you get out of it, you get back in it. You're just waiting for the thing to get all hooked up so you can mat it. Sometimes it doesn't get all hooked up till you get all the way up on the straightaway.
4 laps complete. Robbie Gordon tries to get his car down and falls in line behind Dale Jr. But still a net gain of a couple of spots from where he started. Dick Berggren.
Well, I just checked with Robbie Gordon's crew chief, Mike, and his car is just fine, but some wild driving there got him some positions, and that's what it's all about here at Dover. You got to stick your neck out if you want to pass here.
Yeah, I think the problem is all those positions he gained, he continues to lose them there in that 2nd groove, especially down in 3 and 4. He cannot get his car to the bottom.
Stanton Barrett's car being pushed to the garage area. First casualty of this 400-miler. Kurt Busch working the outside of Jeff Gordon.
Boy, Robbie Gordon's car is, he used it all up in the first couple of laps because he is in trouble now.
Jeff Gordon passed Busch, takes Casey Mears with him in 41.
And Kurt Busch had such a good car in practice yesterday morning. He was by far the fastest car, qualified in 11th. He's back to 12th position right now.
It's not been one of his best racetracks, which comes as a huge surprise to me when a lot of guys compare this to a bigger Bristol, where he has been so dominant.
See a little screen break up there. There again at turn 3, and you'll see that because the onboard cameras, the pictures are relayed up to a helicopter and then back down to our Fox TV compound because Dover has a bridge both at turn 2 and turn 3. We apologize for the video breakup. It's unavoidable. Matt?
Well, Mike, I talked to Jimmy Finning this morning. Kurt Busch's crew chief. Busch currently runs the 14th position. They came to Dover to test. They felt like this is one of those Achilles heels of the racetracks that they have to go to with Kurt. They spent one entire day making race runs, came back with a setup very close to how they left. They felt very confident about today. He just feels like that with the weather situation that we've had this weekend, that Kurt just needs to settle in and ride and hit his marks and just start logging laps, and this will end up being a very good day for that team.
Next match, Jeremy Mayfield with a 1-second lead on Brian Vickers.
And you saw, of course, he was the Bud Pole Award winner with a new track record. In my book, that was a new world's record for a 1-mile racetrack.
Like I said, when he came on pit road after that lap, they wasn't waving, they were bowing. They were not worthy.
There's his teammate Casey Kane in 7th.
He's definitely made a move up because he started back in 12th position.
Morgan Shepherd headed for the garage in that back.
Oh, trouble, 41 around.
Casey Mears inside wall in the dirt, keeps it down to the bottom of the racetrack, and everyone will get by without incident as the caution waves for the first time today at lap 12.
Got to believe it. I didn't see what happened. I just saw him go sliding by. Got to believe it. You come off turn 4, the thing gets a little loose with you or gets a little push in it. You got to pedal it a little bit. Somebody right on your back bumper, they tap you, and away you go.
That's a shame, Darrell. He was a top 10 car.
Oh, yeah, and he's doing really great. He's had good runs here lately.
Yeah, 4 top 10 finishes in the last 6 races. It will happen today.
Short day at Dover for Casey Mears. They may be able to get that car back on track.
Oh, they'll get her back together and get him back out there, but he'll be wounded.
Call it the self-cleaning track, DW. What's up at the top, it always goes to the bottom.
Well, and look, there's this straightaway, Larry. Look at the cars coming down through there, and it's all just goes right down to the bottom of the track. Look how narrow that is back there. There's an inside retaining wall. It's very narrow. You got the same thing coming off turn 4 down the front here, so there's not a lot of room for error.
From Bobby Labonte's Chevrolet.
Pretty much looked like he was down under somebody, trying to keep it down off, trying to keep off of whoever's on the outside of him, and he spun it. Yep, that can happen right there.
When you normally hit that inside wall, you hit it hard, no matter what speed you're traveling.
Casey Mears in the garage under repair as we have the first caution of the day at Dover.